I'm still not doing very well. I am being home for another day. I'm gonna be home tomorrow too, and I'm still running this fever, and it's getting to me now. I'm not doing very well at all. I'm thinking about calling the hospital tomorrow, but we'll see about it. But I've been thinking about some other things. For an example, this with bonding to children, and I always had a very, very strong bond to my kids. I had, from the moment I knew I was pregnant, I had this like super tight bond to my kids, and getting stronger and stronger during pregnancy. And when the child has been born, it's been like this. We didn't have to bond when the baby's born because it's already there, and it's absolutely wonderful experience to be so close to your kid. And naturally, it has a very positive effect even when we are older, to have this really natural, deep bond. And I think that's one reason I'm not very hardly ever get frustrated with my kids or annoyed. I can get annoyed with my teens, or my teen, because teen things, but not with their personality and so on. And the same goes for all of my kids. I'm really, really close to them. And now with Ro, we're also very physically close because we're always together. And when she's not in preschool and I'm at work, but otherwise we're always together. I love it. But like in the evenings, before she was sleeping in her own bed when she was younger, but when she got a little bit older, she had all these issues with her breathing and issues with her reflux and so on, which she still has, and she needs a lot of attention during the night. And also I often have to sit her up or sit up with her sleeping and helping to breathe and so on. So she often sleeps in my bed now because it's easier for me to keep an eye on her, and it's easier for her to sleep there too, knowing that I look after her all the night. And I love our bedtime routine. It haven't been that easy with my other kids, so I'm really, really happy about this. But Ro tells me when she wants to sleep, when she's tired, and that is usually before 8 o'clock in the evening. If she hadn't said anything by 8, I take her to bed and I put her to bed. But most of the time she told me earlier that she wants to sleep. And sometimes she even go up to my bed and lay down and pull the covers up and like some waiting for me. It's just absolutely terrible. And when she have all her meds and so on, because she has a lot of meds from before night. But anyway, when she's about to sleep, she wants me to lay beside her and then read maybe 1 or 2 books. And after that, she just wants to lie down on my arm, with resting her head here on my shoulder, on my arm, and holding one hand on top of me, and the other one she holds Tella's bunny, and she wants to pacify her, and she's like all still and just trying to sleep and rest beside me. And I just lay there and just smell her and look at her and just enjoy being with her. And when she drifts to sleep, I always make sure to sing a little bit for her and to tell her how awesome she is and how cool she is and how beautiful she is and how much I love her and so on. I want her to hear that every night when she falls asleep. And it's always the last thing I say to my other kids too, like, but I love you. It's even if we had a fight, we need to say that, I love you. I want them always to know that, and not just know that through the things I do, but also hear me saying it straight out, that I love them, I care for them, will be there for them always. And I think that's really important that you let children hear that a lot, and because even if you feel it's so natural and they should know it, and everything you do proves that you really do love them and care for them, it's still something you need to hear. You need to hear it a lot, and you need to hear that your parents actually really do mean it. At the same time, this is with bonding is also interesting because it's not all people who bond with their children, and which I think it's quite sad when you say when a child is new in a family, because it goes both for newborn children but also when you adopt the child and so on. So you said new in family, you have like the first 3 months are critical. You need to bond, or the child need to bond with at least one parent. You have this super tight bond. This go into this symbiosis with this parent. Or if we don't do that, it might not happen if you haven't done it the first 3 months. And we say if we haven't bond after 8 months, that you won't. And that is something I think a lot of people who are, for example, divorced and one of the parents moves out and so on, and they come back when the child is a few years and want to have relationship and so on, but they don't understand that sure you can have a good relationship, but you can never get this super tight bond again, and we can never get that super tight bond, and that is really sad. You have one chance, and you need to take it, and not all people do bond with their children at all. I mean, and that is also sad, I think. But it's not like most people doesn't bond with their kids are not having mental problems and so on. I think that is first thought. I think okay, some people have some issues who can't bond, but I've learned that is not the most common thing. Most common thing is that people just don't take the time because it takes some work, and it's often like the child has a tight bond to one parent, and the parents stay away a lot or work a lot or feel like, oh, it's not so much fun when the kid is little and so on, and they simply choose to not have a tight bond to the kid, and it's such a huge loss. I can't relate to that at all, why you should not wanting to do this, because it's, to me, that's the point with having to being a parent, to have this tight bond. Of course you can always have a good relationship, but that relationship is like more like a friendship, or a relationship like you could build with a friend or with your sister's kids or so on. It's not this parent-child bond, and it's quite sad. But I'm very happy I have that with my kids, and that we are so tight, my family, as we are, and yeah, it's something that's making me very happy, even when I'm sick, like now. And talking about my kids, a good thing with having a teen in the house is that a teen likes shopping clothes, and even if I'm really sick, we can send pictures of things with what I might like, and we did from the store today. So we ended up, like, I'm asking to take different pictures and fit them on, and the thing is that my teen has like 4 sizes smaller clothes than me, so I had to convert the sizes and look how things fit on them, and it was quite funny when I was doing it. I think it was the funniest moment of the day, but it ended up with buying me those pants. It's hard to show exactly how it look, but you see the pattern. It's like this super soft summer pants, and I'm gonna wear them a lot this summer if it's keeping this warm.